Hello, everyone. December 11th, and it is day 11 of our December live stream marathon. We're coming to you live every day in the month of December, except for the Lord's Day on Sunday. Guys, I'm going to make a big promise to you right now. This is one of the top, I'm going to say, three biggest, most important live streams I've ever done. Most important content, and I've never done it before. It's the most important skill set, one of the most you need to cultivate when dating Ukrainian women to make sure you choose wisely, right? At the end of the day, you know, we provide you with a high quality stock of marriage minded ladies that are looking for a husband, right? But it's up to you at the end of the day to choose the lady that's right for you, and make sure she's high quality, right? So shit testing is something that we both do. Men do it and women naturally do it. And tomorrow, Anna's going to go live and she's going to share you how Ukrainian women shit test you. That's right. You're going to hear it right from a high quality Ukrainian lady because they do. And so, very important, how to shit test Ukrainian ladies, and very important that you know how they're shit testing you, right? So you pass, right? And yeah, both ways, the skill set is very important. And guys, I am delivering this topic based on zero research online, right? This is my personal experience dating in Ukraine for basically 5 years, right? Dating, I call it 50 first dates. I don't remember exactly, but it's at least 50 first dates, seven relationships, seven, can't count, seven relationships. And so this is all my experience, boots in the ground. And I can tell you unequivocally, shit testing is going to save you a lot of time and heartache. You're going to dodge bullets. Those bullets cost you emotionally, they cost you time wise, and they cost you financially. They're very expensive to choose the wrong and date the wrong woman. You're just wasting your time if you haven't shit tested efficiently. So, guys, there is a poll that's live right now. The poll question is one of your top three shit tests should be, can you get her into bed in the first three dates? Yes or no, basically. You've got different possible answers. Yes. Um, if you can't get her into bed, bye-bye. Right? And yes, it should be one of your shit tests. And if you can get her into bed, same thing, bye-bye, because low quality woman, presumably, right? That's if you answer that second yes. And then no, don't rush it. And the last one, I would like to put more options, but that's all the poll allows. I have no idea is the final and fourth option. So please vote. Let me frame this. We're talking about Ukrainian women, right? We're not talking about Western women. Very different. Talking about Ukrainian women. Okay, so just to be perfectly clear on that. So I'm going to say hi to everybody before we get going. Hello, Steve. Hello, what? Andy, good evening. Okay, without further ado, I'm going to leave the poll question to the end. Okay, I'm going to answer it at the end. I want to hear what you guys think, right? And also, can you please put your shit tests in chat? If this is live, great. Even if it's after the live stream is finished, please put what shit tests have you found effective dating Ukrainian women to decide pass or play. That's the idea of a shit test, right? Yeah, I guess we should define that. The goal of a shit test is to ask yourself, am I what I call muddying the waters of discernment or not? Right? You don't want to do anything that's going to inhibit your ability to discern. Is she into me, for me, or my money, or whatever, to understand what makes her tick, right? And you don't want to do anything to muddy the waters of discernment. That's why we do shit tests. It enables you to speed up that timeline, that, let's say, a 1-year dating timeline. I can tell you, I'm very good at shit testing. It's a skill set you just acquire, like golfing. More time on the ball, the less your handicap, right? So you just get better and better at it. And I got very good at it. And I established some of my own specific shit tests based on my situation living in Ukraine at all. Um, living in Ukraine at the time. So, and if you ask me, I will share it at the end. Really a Trump shit test I did on the very first date. And man, I saw some girls just gone. Like right now, as soon as I hit them with this shit test questions, some shit tests are an action and some are questions, right? Some are observations. There's different ways you can shit test. But if you want, ask me and I will share that with you near the end. And please put, like I say, in comments, put the shit test that you found worked well for you. Okay. And if you think shit testing is just bullshit and we should not do it, it's uh somebody's asking what is a shit test. So hopefully I just answered you. But if you think it's a mistake and it's wrong, please voice your opinion in comments. Okay, without further ado, let's get on. They're sort of in order, but not 100%. Okay. Okay, number one. Do not give her any money of any kind until after you meet, eyeball to eyeball, right? Not for English lessons, not to be a nice guy and help out with her English lessons, because here's why with the English lesson thing. I almost guarantee you in reality, what happens is you end up sending her the money to her personal card or Western Union or whatever, because you don't have a way of paying an English school in Ukraine, usually. So, in fact, in of itself, it's a bit of a red flag if she says, "Oh yeah, just send the money to me because I'm paying." Although it's not a clear red flag, it's maybe a definite possible maybe. That's all on that one. So you don't even want to pay with English lessons. You don't want to pay for anything, nothing. Again, don't muddy the waters of discernment, right? And that's even with our ladies, with anyone. Certainly, if you're found her somewhere out in the real world, never, please, guys, a paper letter site when you're paying for communication. Don't do that. That's just complete bullshit. It's a scam almost 99.9% of the time, right? You guys should know that by now. So we won't go there. Hey, Edward. Hello. I have a tough question. You know what? My tough problem is I can't read. I've got my thing so small on how the relationship be developed. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Um, um, yeah, absolutely. The level of shit testing and the type of shit test depends on the status of your relationship. When you first meet her, we're going to sort of cover that in the content here. But yeah, absolutely. Good point. Good distinguishing point, Edward. So yeah, don't give money. Okay, that's rule number one. And that is the most important shit test. Because as soon as you do, you muddy the waters of discernment. Because, guys, I've seen situations where, you know, see, even with scammers, guys, like it happens every week. But I'm on this PPL site, but she's never asked for anything. And we've been communicating for 6 months, a year, 2 years. There was a guy on our last mail order bride scams scam review on our YouTube channel called Mail Order Bride Scams. If you guys are not subscribed there, please go down below or just go into YouTube and Mail Order Bride Scams. You really need to be. It's a very valuable lesson over there as well. But yeah, there was a guy in there. I've been dating her for 3 years. I met her on Contacta, I think it was, and he thinks she's a good girl, but I know she's not. And that's, 99%. I'm 90, maybe that's a little cocky. I'm 95 plus percent sure that's, I think the guy's name was, what was his name? So that's the thing that confuses us, guys. She hasn't asked for money, any kind of money, right? So Yeah, just because she hasn't asked for money doesn't mean she's not a scammer, but usually they do, right? Usually after not to, but you guys got to understand there's long play scam and short play. Long play scam, they don't ask for money for a very long time until you are in love with them. You are head over heels and they know when they got you on the hook. So money, just nada on that. Meet them, and then you can trust your gut. I always tell you guys, trust your gut. It doesn't lie to you, especially when you're up around our age, 40s, 50s. You better have, you will naturally have a well refined, well tuned gut. The only problem is we just don't trust it enough. Okay. Okay. Number 2, do not meet up with her in person anywhere outside the country and city that she lives. Vis-a-vis, don't fucking take her on a vacation. No, there's many reasons you want to meet up in her city. So if she happens to be in Warsaw, Poland now, she's escaped Ukraine, meet her in Warsaw. If she is in Timbuktu, I mean, just go to Timbuktu and meet her. Number of reasons for that. If a girl's really not serious about a foreigner, she doesn't want to be seen out and about with him in her town or city. Worse if it's a town, because there's prejudice, right? There's prejudice. So you just don't want to make it. There's just ulterior motives that can be surrounding that. If she, um, and God forbid if she's actually suggesting it. Like I'm talking to a guy that was, I don't want to say his name because you guys know him, but I'm talking to a guy, he's not a match guarantee client. He was scammed a big amount of money. He's actually, see if I can find it for you quick. Anyway, I'm talking to him and he met another girl and he took her again. He meets with them on a vacation, right? And I think they went to I think they went to Mexico, Cancun, or PV or something like that. So he's in this DIY versus match guarantee challenge, which is analyzing, okay, you got engaged or married to a Ukrainian woman. That's the only guys in this. Engaged or marry it. That's the criteria. How much time did it take you? And how much did you spend? You can see match guarantees. The small one in the blue with the logo. The big one in terms of dollars and years is the do-it-yourself. So this guy is back at it again, making the same mistakes. And I'm asking him, I consider him a friend, and it just pains me to see him falling into the same traps. And I don't know for sure he's currently being scammed. He doesn't know where he met her. He can't remember. Some PPL site. Thank you, Lovey. Thanks, babe.
It's very hot.
Thanks, babe. I've got a cold, so I didn't think I was even going to be able to stream because I've just been flowing all morning. My Anyushka bought me hot tea. It it'll keep me going here. So yeah, don't take her. I did a video. I shot it when Anna and I were fairly new dating. Actually, I shot it from Egypt on a vacation in Egypt with Anna. I called it "Don't Take Her on a Tropical Island Vacation." So just don't do that. And those two are huge weightings on shit tests. Don't do it. In this case, it's a don't do, right? Some shit tests are do's, some are don't do's, right? And by the way, that might be a shit test for her to you. And again, Anna's going live tomorrow with how do Ukrainian women shit test you, and you don't want to miss that here on this channel tomorrow. Okay, number 3, tell her, don't ask her. Let's connect online and social. Facebook and Instagram are the two. Instagram would be even more important than Facebook. You want it, and if she, for whatever fucking reason, won't let you in to either, she won't accept you as a friend on Facebook or Instagram, trust me, fucking walk right now. Am I clear? Guys, fucking walk. Walk. Actually, run, Forrest, run. And if you don't, you will heed, you will write me and say, Joseph, I should have listened to your advice. Personal experience on that. She's got something to hide, and you don't want that. Anything to hide doesn't matter. Don't make the mistake I made and fucking simp out on her and then fucking chase her like a little puppy dog. Yeah, because hey guys, I'm sure I've been a simp. I've admitted that to you guys before. I've simped. I've learned the do's and don'ts the hard way in the dating trenches, right? So that you guys now hopefully don't have to. But just trust me on it. Don't grovel. Don't ask her why. Don't, just if she won't friend you, that's it. You don't even need to send her another message. Just gone. That's all. Please listen to me. Poll results. Okay, thanks. What? We've got 41 votes, and if she has sex with me, or sorry, if she doesn't have sex, if no sex, then bye-bye 15% of you. If yes, she has sex with you, still bye-bye 2%. Okay, well, I'm glad to see that. I mean, I'm glad to see that's a small number of 2%, because that's low. That's low. No, don't rush at 66%, and I have no freaking idea, 17%. Thank you. What? Okay. Number four shit test. By the way, I have a bonus 11 shit test, which I will share with you at the end, and you do not want to miss that 11 bonus because it trumps all the other ones. It's like, if that happens. Okay, number four, ask her what countries have you traveled to in the past, right? And you're looking for red flag countries. First of all, you're looking for a large number, like if she's been to, 15 different countries, and when and how much time in between. But if it's 15 countries, this is a very bad sign. It's not a conclusive, thing. Like I said, if she won't, like number three, it's conclusive. Cut and bail. But number four, it's absolutely not conclusive, but it is a red flag, right? A lot of traveling. Who paid for that? As a Ukrainian woman, they're not loaded, right? Who paid for that? Sponsor? I'm thinking. And has she been to Dubai? That's a red flag. It's my number one red flag country. Why? Simple. A lot of Ukrainian prostitutes living in Dubai. A lot. So, and it's expensive pretty much, right? So how is she living there? Again, not a definitive, but my spidey senses are tingling once I hear that. Now, just to let you know, my Anna had traveled to quite a few different countries, more than me, and more frequently than my travels. So it's good I don't have it as a definitive cut and bail, right? Number five, how you ask her on a date, or yeah, you can do it in the early stages, the very early stages. Can be even on a first date, no problem. How do you see your ideal? Don't use the word dream family life, or your dream life. Why? Ukrainian women, because they have a scarcity they have a scarcity mindset because of the Soviet Union's communist way. They were brought up poor, so they have just most of them, I'm going to say 80%, have a scarcity mindset. You guys need to know that. So don't say the word dream. They don't identify with dream. Most Ukrainian women don't even dream. Sad. That's sad, but they don't feel that, like, it's pie in the sky. It's a woozy, it's a wuzzy. The guy saw Wolf of Wall Street. Was that Wolf of Wall Street? So yeah, ask her what her ideal future looks like. How does the family life look like? Where do you live? What country, city, type of house? Where? Is it inland? Is it on the sea? Is it on the sea? What does your life look like in your ideal future? What's the shit test here, guys? You want to see what is her quality of life expectations. How expensive is she going to be to make happy, right? You know, that is important according to your pocketbook, right? You need to choose a woman that you can make happy, that will be happy with the lifestyle you can provide based on your nest egg that you've created already, Um, and yeah, your career, based on you, right? You don't want to be punching higher than your financial weight. It's just the formula for disaster. She's not going to be generally happy with a guy that's you remember the lady in red? I did her soul profile. She took the guy to Louis Vuitton. The first date, one and only date with match guarantee. Took him, hey, I'll meet you at Louis Vuitton. That was where and she set the location. That's the first mistake, right? The man always sets the location of a date with Ukrainian woman. It's masculine. They don't like to choose. And if the woman automatically just offers to choose, well, that's a red flag in of itself. If it's Louis Vuitton, is a very big red flag. But the thing is, she wasn't a scammer. She just had wealthy parents. They lived in Dubai for 10 years. And her father was wealthy. The family was wealthy. And she wanted a guy that could keep her standard of living. Nothing wrong with that. We don't want BBWs, right? Most guys want tall and skinny, or at least skinny, right? Women want strong providers. We want sexy. We want woody value, right? Which means slim, right? Not fat. So, and that's what women want. Nothing wrong with that. But anyway, you need to choose a woman who's at your level or hopefully below your level. Personally, I would have never, it was a turnoff for me. If I could sense she was above my financial level, I just cut because I knew that was trouble in the making. Like I went on a third date. I invited her over to my flat. She came to my flat, which is highly unusual, pretty much a red flag. But in this case, it wasn't. But she came in a full length cheetah jacket. Guys, you have any idea what that was worth? At least $50,000. And then she drove a new car. I can't remember what it was, but it was a nice car. And I went, oh, yeah, this girl is out of my league financially. And it was tough because she was really into me. But I learned to shut the fuck up about money. I didn't always. In my first many dates, I screwed it up because, as you guys know, I went to Ukraine bankrupt, which caused the divorce. That tends to happen. And homeless. Yeah, literally. I was staying at my brother's house, sleeping on the couch in his cabin on the woods, in the Kootenays. And so when I would tip my hand about my financial status, which I did in my real early days of dating, that was her. I mean, that's one of the ladies' shit tests. She doesn't want to be with a bankrupt man, and that's a very bad word in Ukraine. Bankrupt. So you say bankrupt. Like, ooh, really? Yeah. So I learned the hard way to shut the fuck up about money, and once I did, I could fake it till I made it, kind of thing, right? Because you do have to learn how to communicate like a Ukrainian man, that's what they do. They don't talk about money. They don't tip their hand about what they're worth or not worth. Okay, so that's important. Number 6. If she's a single mom, do yourself a favor. I think single moms are salt of the earth. They're a higher stock of human development. They're wonderful people, more serious, looking based on different selection criteria than non-single moms, right? And the selection criteria tends to be more financial, like stability, right? Good father, kind, these kind of qualities which less attractive men can have. If you happen to be ugly, fat, bald, and ugly, as I say, you have a better chance with a single mom. Just saying. Okay, but I think they're salt of the earth. I dated quite a few single moms, right? I single moms um and no children, never married, no children, dated all, classifications of women in Ukraine. But listen, do yourself a favor and ask her, how is your relationship with the father, right? With the ex? That's important. But what's really important, and this is a trump um, test question, red flag, deal breaker, just like number 3 was a deal breaker. This is an actual deal breaker. What do you guys think it is? What am I going to say? What's his opinion about taking the child or children out of Ukraine? Is he okay with it? Because let me tell you, if he's not, I'm not saying it's not possible, but that can make your life hell. And on that note, I'm going to share something which I had no plan on sharing, but I want to be as completely transparent with you guys. That's one of my goals, is to, just if you guys can learn from my mistake, I should be transparent about it. Like when I fucked up with Match Guarantee, I did 2 videos. I fucked up part 1, I fucked up part 2. You'll see them on the channel 2 years back, right? I told you guys how I fucked up, because it was one of the best lessons, not only for me, which I'm glad I learned without too much damage, and it's one of the best lessons for you guys. So, yeah, we continue to have a challenge with this. Yeah, and it's might even block my ability to immigrate my family to my country. We're here now under, well, the Anna and the children on the QET program, but we might not be able to actually immigrate because the ex has to sign off on one specific document, and if he doesn't, there's very few ways around it. Let me say that. Very few ways around it. So it can really mess up your life. There are ways, and because it's Ukraine and there's corruption in Ukraine, there's, backdoor ways of getting everything and anything done. So there's always ways, but it just can make your life really difficult. And it's making our life difficult, you know. So okay, number 7. Ask her mother and father's ages. This you should do fairly early on, like maybe the second date. Why? Why do her parents' ages, do you think, matter, guys? And what kind of a shit test is that? Um, this might not be the classification of shit test, but basically, this is like, what is a shit test? Shit test is a red flag, isn't it? I mean, we're looking for a reason. Doing shit tests, we're trying to rapidly decide pass or play, right? So in my mind, it's a quasi shit test. So ask her mother's age and her father's age, because if if there's only a 3-year, maybe like 3 to 5 year, I'll say, age difference between you and mother or father, of course, the less the worst. And if you it, okay, your relationship is likely not going to pan out in the end. She will date you. She will go on tropical island vacations with you with that age gap, and you guys can have a lot of fun together. And she's young and beautiful and energetic, and your heart will be just leaping for joy. Ask me how I know that, right? And then it just won't work out at the end of the day. It's a catch and release, not a catch and keep. I did a video 3 years ago. Know whether you're dating catch and keep and catch and release. At least don't delude yourself. And is that congruent with your goals? If you're looking to get married and have children, well, catch and release might be fun, but just wasting your time. You ain't getting any younger, right? So, yeah, again, personal experience. Yeah. So, if there's a 3-year age gap, even 5, that's tough. That's tough. Even 5, but 3 or less is just, you're doomed. I will say doomed. And if a parent is younger than you, you're absolutely fucking doomed. Trust me on that. But you guys can either learn from the wisdom of my mistakes, or you can do it on your own. You can make your own mistakes and learn your own lessons the hard way. But it's going to cost you time, which is the most valuable. Time you cannot pay any money to get back. When you're on your deathbed, you'll spend all your millions that you had just to get another month, 2, or a year. It's going to cost you heartbreak, which is difficult. And finally, it's going to cost you money, right? If you don't learn. If you repeat my mistakes, right? I wasn't exactly successful quickly in Ukraine, right? I would say I kind of did it the hard way. So you guys don't have to. Um, okay, number 7. Nope, just did that. Number 8. Okay, shit test number 8. Ask her how her relationship is with her father. How's your relationship with your papa? Guys, this is another deal breaker. It is such a big red flag. If it doesn't pass, you are wise to just walk away. Doesn't matter how your feelings are. Again, you can learn from my mistakes or you can repeat your mistakes yourself. Because here's the thing, women look to marry their father, men look to marry their mother. It's remarkable how much like my mother, my Anichka is. It's crazy. It's crazy. Not in physical appearance, but in her personality, in her quality, like her traits as a person, as a human being. You know, my mom would give the shirt off her back for anyone. Like just the kindest, like Mother Teresa type. Like everybody loved my mom. That's my wife, right? So, and so here's the thing. If she had a fucked up relationship with her father, if her father was an alcoholic, was an abuser, he cheated on mom, maybe he beat the mom and or the children, maybe he was verbally abusive, basically any kind of dysfunctional um family situation as it relates to the father of the girl you're dating, right? And her, right? Guess what? This is just the psychology of it is crazy, but that's why um child molestation repeats itself. It's really sad, but because the parents did it to us, the offenders, that 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 sin moves on to the next generation. And this is well documented, right? And I'm sure you guys know about it. But what you might not be thinking about enough is that, so if you're not all fucked up like that, if she had alcoholic, abusive dad, not around dad, um, all of these things, right? And you're not that, she won't stay with you. Why? She won't feel loved. She only feels loved when the man is behaving like her father did, abusive, alcoholic, um, whatever it is that's fucked up. If you're not that level of fucked up, she will leave you because she just won't feel loved. Because it's just the psychology is just a mind bomb of epic proportions, the psychology of this, but it's absolutely true. And if you dive into it and research it, you will find this out for yourself. And again, I have personal experience with this, and I think about it. It was a large age gap, bigger than with Anna and I. Very bad upbringing vis-a-vis father cheated on mom. He was alcoholic. He was never around. Um, you know, so she couldn't settle with me because I was treating her very well. I was everything she wanted. She said many times, but that doesn't cut the mustard with them because they need what it is they need to reproduce the chemistry of love. Love, did you know it's a cocktail of chemicals? Yeah, in our blood when we feel love. And that cocktail of chemicals was not being produced by her relationship with me. No, because she's needed dysfunctionality in there to give her those chemical highs in the blood, and that's absolutely the way it works. It's in the blood. And so they don't feel love. Doesn't matter you love them or not, they just don't feel it. So you best to dodge that bullet and cut and bail. So again, if you not a first date probably question, yeah, it's too personal for a first date, but I'd say by the time the third date is rolling around, I mean, I got pretty brazen and I really stepped up my shit testing. I was like, boom, 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 like in one date, I know it's pass or play in one date, first date, every time. Now, it doesn't mean that I'd go on sometimes for a second date, and then maybe by the third date, she fails one of the deal breaker shit tests, and then I would bail. But guys, how do you think I found my unicorn? How do you what what entitles why should you listen to me? Is the question you should always ask. If you're going to take advice from anybody, why should you take advice from them? What gives me the right to teach you on this topic? Well, it's the result I've achieved in my life, right? I found a unicorn that is not easy to find. Good luck finding another Anna to any of you guys watching this stream, right? Oh, they exist out there, but kind of more needle in the haystackish than going to the nightclub. Would you agree? No, because I went on, like I say, 50 plus. It's going to be 50 plus. I didn't count first dates. And so each time you go on a date, it's a chance that she meets all you require. I had a very long laundry list of what I was looking for in my future wife. Guys, I've been divorced twice. I was hell bent not to make another, mistake, right? And it's not like my last marriage was a mistake. We had 10 good years, but I just didn't want somebody like when I went bankrupt, she literally was gone the same day. The same day the bank took back, repoed our foreclosed on our home, she was gone. And I didn't want that to happen again. So guess what? I know my Anna is so non-materialistic. She falls in love with the person. And it's absolutely regardless of money. And I did. I dated her as long as it took that I was sure of that. I was very careful shit testing Anna because I could see she was a very angelic soul, like there's no harshness there. There's no rough around the edges. So, I was kid gloves, very tender with her. No harsh shit tests or anything like that. When I have done some harsh shit tests in the past dating, right? But anyway, back to the point. To find your unicorn, your soulmate, your life partner that will really be till death do you part, even with a big age gap, as Anna and I would write in my own blood. Like I don't know what I would do, but I just know in my soul, Anna and I will be till death do us part. And that's important to me. It's very important to me, especially after divorce twice, right? So how do you find that? Well, you have to be sure, right? You have to be sure. How do you get sure? Well, time on the ball. You have to date. You have to spend time together. You have to go through many different life situations together, right? You have to shit test, right? You can shit test on purpose or you can let life. Shit testing is basically life being condensed. It's like whatever would happen in the course of a year, um, you condense it into 1 week or maybe one date or a couple of dates, by shit testing. Well, maybe not a year to one date, but from a year to a month, you could do by shit testing. You can condense the life situations that would tell you what makes her tick, condense that from a year into a much shorter period of time, maybe one. That's what shit testing is. And that's what you guys need to do to find the one, right? I always say to you guys, you're coming to Match Guarantee to meet high quality ladies efficiently. So you're looking to find the one in the most cost effective and time effective as possible. That's what we offer. That's our unique selling proposition. And we are the best of the best. And I absolutely stand by that. Um, so um, uh, I digressed a little bit there. So what I want to say is that before most of us have been, it's just the North American equation. We've been forced to settle. We've settled on somebody that is not our ideal person. And settling is always a mistake. It leads either to divorce or worse, unhappiness. And God forbid, a lifetime of feeling trapped because of children. Because parents, they feel trapped. Oh, but I stayed with him. I stayed with her for the children. We haven't had sex in 5 years, but I'm doing it for the children. I've had friends, Canadian friends, that tell me that. No sex in 5 years. Staying with her because of the children. So, guys, you can go to that URL right there, matchguarantee.com/register. You can book a completely free matchmaking consultation. And it's really invaluable to you. You have nothing to risk. It's free. No pressure, no sales tactic. We just go over the 5 parameters of what I've coined zone of success. We know which men are going to be successful and which ones are not. And I just texted a guy that's doing the test drive this morning. And I told him on the test drive, we here at Match Guarantee, none of us believe in your success. And it pains me to have to say that to somebody, but I don't want to. First of all, he needs to understand why. So the question is, why don't we believe in his success, right? And I told him why, the mistakes he's making, the criteria he has for his lady that's not being realistic, and what turns off Slavic women. One of them, yeah. So we will just be straight up with you. You will understand your chances of being successful in the real world of matchmaking with high-value Slavic women, Ukrainian women that don't have a hidden agenda. They're just looking for a good man for marriage and maybe family, right? That's what you get for free when you go to that link right now. So I just want to say that. And I'll move on. Yeah. Okay, shit test number 9. 9. Ask her if her parents are still married and how long they've been married. So that is an obvious one. Oh, sorry. What? I saw you flash that up. You can go put that back. We got 52 votes. Let's take a look at this. We've got, so yes, you'd say bye-bye if she didn't get into bed with you in the first 3 dates. That's only 14% of you. So I'm happy to hear that. I am. No, don't rush it. 69%, and then I have no idea, 17%. So no, don't rush it. You guys are absolutely right. And so let's talk about this right now, I guess. Let's talk about this right now. You 14%, you know what? You might be successful with a Slavic woman, Ukrainian woman, but you're going to have a low quality woman, or on the lower quality. She's going to have a high body count. Do you want a high body count in your future wife? A woman that really has an inability or a lack of ability to pair bond with you, to create a till death do us part bond, because those high body count women are not going to be able to do that. So that's what you 14% are going to get. Just telling you, if that's what you want, hey, have at her, man. But I don't think so, if I had to guess. But some guys want to have their cake and eat it too. They want to have sex, early sex, right? And at the same time, they say they're looking for a wife. Well, guys don't want wives that sleep around. I don't know any guy that wants a wife that has slept around or sleeps around. But if she goes to bed with you in the first 3 dates, yeah, I just I feel bad for you, if you stay with that, if you move ahead with that. And sure, it's like, let's not get into the hypocrisy of this or whatever. Maybe it's like, okay, well, yeah, I made a mistake too. She made a mistake. Okay, let's not go into that whole thing. Let's not go into the whole thing about men's body count versus women's body count. Let's just avoid that for this live stream. The main point is high value Ukrainian women do not sleep around. They don't sleep with you on the 3rd date. Now, listen, there can be crazy chemistry on that 1st or 2nd or 3rd date, and it can happen. It's happened to me, right? But those relationships, and this is deep psychology as well, they tend not to work out. Thanks. What you can remove the poll now. And by the way, I will post the final poll results in the comments below this video when it's not live. After the live stream finished, I'll post them. Yeah, those dates where the chemistry was just over the moon and you guys just couldn't keep your hands off of each other, which has happened to me, right? Those relationships don't usually work out. And I'm not going to get into in this live stream. It's beyond the scope of this live stream. Why? But maybe that could be a topic for another day. But, in life, in this regard, you cannot have your cake and eat it too, in this regard. Okay. All right. Number 10 shit test is you must see her at a level 3 out of 3 anger at you before you propose marriage, before you will know if she's marriage. You need to see, and I'm not suggesting you piss her off and make her outraged at you on purpose. So, but you have to wait for this to naturally happen because it will happen. It happens in all relationships, right? Marital, family, friends, it's inevitable in infinite time period, right? Very important. If you haven't seen her I'm talking level 3 or DEFCON 5, yeah? Like the nuke just went off, right? You've got to see how she is because, yeah, that's just too important of a question. And she should see how you are at a DEFCON 5. Absolutely. And again, Anna will talk about how Ukrainian women shit test us men tomorrow, but that will absolutely be on her list. I can guarantee you that. Okay, and I told you guys about a bonus, number 11, shit test. This is a tricky one because if you do it too soon, you fuck it up, and then it doesn't serve you. It's not a shit test. You just it will be like a false positive to you. So you will think, oh yeah, that's a red flag, big red flag. I should get out of this relationship. So it's really tricky to use if you're not really experienced with Ukrainian women. So use this one with caution. Okay, that's the caveat there. Put the idea in her mind, just like no, more than put the idea. You actually pretty much have to tell her, listen, I want to meet your parents. I'm coming to your city, town. A little bit more difficult now because usually the parents are in Ukraine, and often she's already out of Ukraine in another country. But still, you could, again, you're just saying it at this point, right? You're not doing it. So I would really like to meet your parents and just be on video with her or in person because you need to watch body language. Body language is over 70% of communication, as you guys know, right? So you got to be looking at her eyes, how much pause, what's her body language. It's very anti-cultural to meet too early, to meet the parents too early in Ukraine. It's anti-cultural. It's not like our culture. So if you ask this too early, you're gonna get a no. You're gonna absolutely get a no. And like I say, you're gonna have a false red flag positive, thinking, oh, problem here. She doesn't want to introduce me to the parents. She's not serious. So no, not if you ask too soon. But I'm gonna say, and it's not exactly time, right? Because you can be dating for a month, but you only have one video call every week or two and a few text messages, or it could be having video chats every day. On a long distance relationship. Each scenario is different. So I can say, if you feel like the relationship is on track, you feel really good about her, you feel like this is a serious relationship, she's taking you seriously, she's showing interest in you by replying to you on a regular basis and timely basis. That's important, like same day for sure. She's making time to do video calls with you. That's important, regular video calls. And you just feel that she's into you and you guys are headed somewhere, better you've already met with her at least once. And then because it'd be best to do this in person. Listen, we're getting on. I'm really thinking about our future together. I'd like to meet your parents. Don't ask. I'd like to meet your parents. See what she says. Yeah. So if she categorically refuses, an instant categorical refusal would be a red flag. It would be very bad. If you've been dating for a month or two and you've seen each other once, like dating a month or two and seeing each other, like in person, right? That's that's when it's safe to ask, not ask, but say, I want to meet your parents, right? That's safe. A month or two relationship and including one face-to-face meeting, and you both feel like good with each other. Okay. Short of that, uh, it doesn't really tell you anything because you're automatically going to get a no, because very anti-cultural. In in the smaller towns and villages in Ukraine, they don't even meet you until proposal of marriage. Still today, I would say more of the villages, it's getting less and less, but still, and not always, not all people, not always, but it's still. Uh, I won't even say prevalent, but it still happens. So that is the 11th question. Guys, I'm going to go into our comments and see if you have any burning questions. Please, that's why I'm going to work backwards. I hope you guys don't mind. That's my tendency. So that way, you guys that have any burning questions, you can copy and paste it and just put it in. I'm going to work backwards. So if you really want me to answer you first, plop it in again. She already knows I'm 35. We got Anton. And I know you're in a relationship with somebody, right? Here it goes. Antonio. Oh my goodness. This is, you know what? I'm going to make this bigger so that I can, much better. There we go. That's why it's good to save questions to the end. People say I look like 26 years old. I'm 35. Yeah, I mean, 35 and 23, it's doable. It's doable, but she has to be a very mature 23, right? She has to be a very mature 23. But it's absolutely doable. My best friend is Canadian. He was 30, I think 32, maybe 32. He met his wife in Moscow. She was 18. She was just about 19, and they're happily married, and they live in Ontario, and they have 5 kids. Yeah. So absolutely possible. Okay. Guess we'll have to take these off. So what about shit tests? Guys, can you copy and paste in what shit tests have you guys done that have worked well for you that you would suggest? And guys, there are a lot. I could come up with another list of 10 shit tests that I've done. But these are the top 10. Again, the top 10. But I'll share. I promised, didn't I? At the end, I said if you guys asked. Well, I'll share with you what I did in Ukraine, and it worked like a hot damn. It worked. I'd say, I'm living in Ukraine, and I'm running a company in Ukraine, and I have, even though I'm Canadian, I have no plans of going back to Canada. Well, I've been having a great time with it first date, and she actually come over to my end of the table, do some selfies. Like, she was really into me. When that came up, when I dropped that bomb on her, she shut down, just cold as ice, a complete shutdown. We had already made plans. We're going to go to this concert on the rooftop in Kiev tomorrow. Well, there was no speak about that, and I could feel it. Like, she was just checked out. So, I mean, does that mean she's a bad girl? No, but it means that she wanted to leave Ukraine, and she's not willing to, like, that was a red flag for her, kind of thing. And so that, was a red flag for me too. And that was it. It was one and only date. And it worked like a hot damn. Thanks, Kooks. Thanks. Hey, that's a great point. That is a very astute point. 100% agree. If she's not into you, she's not giving you time. She's not opening messages, not replying to, maybe opening and not replying for, in a timely way. Guys, if that's happened, she's just not into you. And don't grovel over these women, like, really develop a I don't give a fuck attitude. That's about one of the best things you can do, because when you come to Match Guarantee, you're unlimited. That's why I only do unlimited. Well, We have added some smaller packages now, but I didn't want to. I didn't for years. It's relatively recent because I don't believe in them. I don't believe that a guy should say, "Yep, I want to meet with just 3 women." Yep. Because what did it do? It forces pigeonholing. And guess what? That means you're settling. That means you're settling. No, you need to know that I can date as many women as it takes until I feel like this is my soulmate. This is the one, you know? Uh, because anything less, you're setting yourself up to settle and live an unhappy life. Who wants that? Right? So that's why I have only done what works best for us, for you, right? And I'm doing, I'm practicing what I preach. I have done what I'm teaching exactly, right? So just saying. All right. Uh, mhm, mhm, mhm. Any shit tests you guys have done? I mean, Telegram group. What? If you're still around, could you put the Telegram group in the description below? But if you're not around, I will put the Telegram group in the description after the live stream is finished. Now, what is this Telegram group? It's free. Anybody can join, but I ask that you be of one of two types of guys. It's called Scam Men's Support Group. It's a support group for men that have been scammed by online dating sites, pay per letter scams. Okay. Because, boy, when you're coming out of one of these, it's like you really are in recovery. It's like you're an alcoholic. You just joined AA or NA. It's Gambling's Anonymous or whatever. It's a form of addiction. It absolutely is a form of addiction, and guys need help with it. So you're either coming off of it, so you've been scammed and you need help, or you feel you can help these guys. Either you have a background in psychology, you have a lot of life experience. Maybe you're an alcoholic, you went through AA, you went through NA, you went through Gamblers Anonymous. You guys can also be helpful because you went through a very effective 12-step program, right? So one of these two categories of men, you're welcome to go to that. It's a Telegram men's support group. Okay, there's quite a few members in there, and a lot of messages happening every day. My wife's in there. Jana is in there, and she goes in twice a week. I've asked her to go in twice a week and just, but there's a lot of messages. She can't read everything, and see how she can help. Okay. Why push for sex quickly? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Duh. I mean, honestly, that's what I want to say to you, 14%. Uh, duh. What the fuck? Really? I mean, I don't get you at all. Like, exactly. I'm on Greg's side here. Like, I'm shocked there's even 14% of guys. But I have had clients. I've had clients to say, yeah, if she's not sleeping with me on the third date, that's a red flag for me. Like, really? Like, I don't even know how to reply to that because it's such a dumbass, hopeless fucking position. Now, I get that if you're in America and you're living life and you're a bachelor and this is your choice, okay, whatever. Sow your oats. I mean, have at her. Like, it's a free country, as we say, right? But when you come to Match Guarantee, you pay a fairly sizable sum of money to find a good quality wife, and then you say shit like that. I really don't even know how to react to that. So, just saying. Okay. Uh, uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh. Okay. Bada bing, bada boom. I almost having such like this is such a great content. I almost forgot to tell you guys about this. I'll remind you. The ultimate purpose of this live stream is to hold another no holds barred auction. And some lucky bachelor is gonna win our ultimate matchmaking package that past clients have paid 10 grand for. But now you can practically steal it for pennies on the dollar. So here's what the high bidder's gonna win. 2 years of unlimited dating to meet as many of our 1,147 high-quality Ukrainian beauties as you want. Over, as I say, a 2-year period. Your own personal matchmaker to help you find the best lady for you. Unlimited success coaching with one of our superstar coaches. Okay, let the bidding continue. Okay, so if you want to bid, it's real simple, right? You can get it cheap like borscht. We'll see how cheap it goes, but you just go to matchguarantee.com/bid. Simple. And it's a sealed auction bid and bid away. And good luck. May the best man win. All right. Here's a good question. Yeah, the challenge is obviously keeping them around when they start getting 50,000 followers on Instagram. Well, I would say this. When you share with her on Facebook and Instagram, if she's an Instagram girl, oh man, what a big red flag. Like, just be really careful. I would just never date an Instagram girl. I could talk for an hour on that. Why not? But it's your personal choice. It's a big red flag. For me, I did date, I did date an Instagram girl. And wow, the revealing photos on Instagram and the cleavage and the bikinis, and she was smoking hot. But you just just I can't stomach it. It's just not for me. Um yeah. And I just think the probability that Instagram girl's going to cheat is high. Okay, that's my position on it. So I wouldn't date them. Instagram girls with a big following, right? Well, I personally believe, and you know what? I'm coaching. I can't say much about it. Coaching a family member right now. Um, but yeah, it's so you're talking about cheating, right? I presume. Uh, like basically, if one of the partners, one of the father or the mother has cheated, or miserably they're miserable together. They're unhappy together. I do think it's more damaging for the children. People say, "Yeah, do it for the children, stay together for the children," but you're not doing your children any favors at all. In fact, you're creating a lifelong trauma that will be with them for life. Yeah, so I agree. What's very wise, very astute, young man. Okay, let's see if there's any modern questions, modern new questions. Oh, sign up for what? Instagram? Never grade Instagram girls. Yeah. Yeah, Instagram girls, with especially with a big following, but even without a big following, it's more the mentality. The bigger the following, the more fucked up they get. And I only dated one, uh, and it wasn't because of her Instagram. I just found her to be very emotionally unavailable. This particular one. Um, so So I guess that's one shit test you guys have contributed. No, that was my shit test. So no other contributions, guys. Nobody has given another shit test that you've used successfully. What is that? Need to buy her. Mhm. It took me 1,500 cold approaches. 1,500 cold, like street pickup? Cougs. Where? What country? Ukraine. I guess Ukraine. You've approached 1,500 women in Ukraine? Please answer me yes or no. I'm like, wow. I mean, that really surprises me. If you answer me yes or no, I will tell you why that really surprises me, specifically why that number surprises me. Uh, yeah. Okay. I caught up with the comments. I'll go back to the beginning. I'm waiting for Q's reply. 1,500. Um, I don't do shit tests. Yeah. Yeah. Scammers. Yeah. I mean, they will fail they will fail the shit tests. Of course, they will fail. They will fail faster than a real woman, right? Because they're not gonna give you their contact and their Instagram. It's not allowed by the company, right? It's not the rules, right? I can't give you my personal contact. I'm afraid, right? Oh my god. Okay. I've only approached 50 Slavic girls. Ah, okay. Okay, that makes more sense. So in 5 other countries other than Ukraine, you approached 1,450 women? What countries, Cougs? I'm just, you clickbaited me. You've got me very curious. Because why I'm surprised? Because I didn't keep track, but roughly my pickup rate success, I'm gonna say 7 out of 10 on average. So take any time of year, I got better at it with, with dating experience, more with confidence because when you date in Ukraine, when you do street pickup, your confidence just goes through the roof. And it will be for everybody. I mean, if you can say your name and hi, I mean that's it. There's no game required. I always say to, these pickup artists, you don't need game. In fact, these women smell you pickup artists a mile away and they're not into you. You're not getting into their pants. Again, I'm talking about high quality women. I'm always talking about high quality women, right? Um, okay, well, still ballpark. I mean, even 1,000. Okay, here we go. 200 in Mexico. Ooh, Mexico. Well, that would be a very high success rate in Mexico, I would imagine. 50 in Norway. Yeah, Norway where sex is very common on the first date, for example. Belize. Okay, few in the UK. Hmm. Okay. Well, I have zero experience with that. So, but yeah, so like if you get 7 out of 10 success rate, think about it. I mean, how many women can you date in a given week? Like I went on maybe two dates a week because I'm running, my own company when I'm there. I was busy. I was working, right? Busy. And women like that. They like a busy guy, right? And a guy with a purpose, with a passion, that supercharges attraction. Okay, you've got uh, confidence, phew, attraction. You've got passion, uh, purpose, passion. Those are attraction supercharge factors, right? If you got all three of those, you can be fucking butt ugly, bald, ugly, and old. You'll still get the girls. I'm not saying all the girls are some crazy age gap, but you'll do well. You'll do well. Oh, Tristan? Oh, Tristan Tate? Okay. Uh-huh. Okay. And yeah, for you guys that might not know about this channel. This is the best thing since sliced bread. If you don't know about it, you got to stop what you're doing and go straight there now.
Today, it's completely free for you to have a video date face-to-face with beautiful Eastern European women of all ages and walks of life.
Oh my god. That's it. I'm all yours.
So I brought flowers.
Wow, it's so beautiful.
With makeup or no makeup, hair up, hair down, you always look great.
Thank you. You get to ask all your deepest burning questions. Okay, so we will see you live over at ukrainedating.tv.
Hey guys, so if you don't know what this channel is, it's a channel I started in September last year, so it's been over a year now we've been running. And it's your chance to learn from high-value Slavic women. What are the do's and don'ts? What really makes them tick? That's the number one goal of the channel. And number two, we've added in free dating. So if you're a newbie, you can get 30 days of free CamShare video dating. You can go live. These are single, match guarantee, high-quality women. Not all of them, but we're going that way. Okay, mostly in the future, if they're not single, we're not having them on the channel, but it's kind of tough in some regards because we want education as well. But anyway, yeah, so you get 30 days for free. Just go click on that sign up button below to you got to fill out a form to get the 30 days of free video dating, right? So we know who you are, so we don't get any on the channel. That's really embarrassing for the girls when that happens, right? So we got to protect our ladies. Know what I'm saying? And guys, it's run by your memberships. Basically, the more members we get, the more you support the channel, the more streamers we can get. Okay, because we have our overhead cost. And then once we pay for overhead, the rest of it goes to paying the streamers $20 an hour, and they stream for you. And the more funding we have, the more streamers. I hope to get back to a stream or two every day, but it's up to you guys. And I've stacked the value content. If you go to the Buy Me a Coffee, buymeacoffee.com/Ukraine dating, that link is also below, to get a membership over there. You can, for example, have dinner, a Christmas dinner and a movie with Jana, right? Who's our amazing coach, streamer. She happens to be not a match guarantee lady, but she is single, right? And very high value. You guys see what makes her tick on that channel, right? Just watch some of her streams and you'll see what incredible high value woman she is, which makes her very trustworthy, right? To answer your burning questions that you have a hard time otherwise getting an honest answer to, right? Age gap, beauty level, stuff like that. She'll tell you straight up if you're off the mark, if you're out to lunch, she'll tell you. She's not afraid to deliver tough love, which is important for us guys to hear the truth without somebody blowing smoke up our ass, right? So you can do that. Dinner and movie. There's 2 dinner and a movies included in the membership per year with it's called Top G. Unlimited video dating, unlimited duration. So you can come on and you can do a video date as long as you want, right, with that membership. Yeah, and there's other perks. You get a free $500 value scam check service in there. So for you guys that have been scammed, and if you want to share your scam review on our other channel, Mail Order Bride Scams on YouTube, that link is also below. If you're brave enough and you want to share your actual story, we'll give you 3 months for free. So that's a $270 value, 3 months of Top G. So yeah. Connor isn't talking to me. What's this? Connor isn't talking to me because he's terrible at cold approach, and I offered to coach him. Connor Klein? Are you talking about Connor Klein being terrible at cold approach? I would really like to know if that's what you're talking about. Who's Cougs? Cougs Johnson. Poltava, cold approaching. How do you think I found you, Joe? Poltava, cold approaching. Oh my goodness. Who are you? Sorry, I'm not remembering. I mean, I had a girl in Poltava at one day. that I couldn't seem to get over. Was on again, off again, one of those dysfunctional, relationships, but somehow she's got her hook into you. Let me guys tell you a joke, okay? Since we're near the end. Why do women have hair around the pussy? You guys know why? To hide the hook. Once you're hooked, you're hooked. I hope that joke doesn't get me in shit. Oh, good grief. I have dirt. Okay, tell me, is this Google Connor Klein, James Tusk, St. Petersburg? Okay, let me take a. Really? So Connor Klein is shy to cold approach? Are you shitting me? Like, I mean, I'm taking a picture of that so I can do. Are you shitting me? Connor isn't talking. So again, you're talking about Connor Klein, right? Cougs. How could the guy with his job, he's basically a pickup artist for models, right? But he does it in the clubs. So the club is his comfort zone, is club girls. But the problem is club girls are low quality girls. Not 100%, but I'm going to say north of 80% low quality women. That's why I really think he doesn't understand me. I believe his streams when he says Ukrainian women aren't traditional anymore. I believe he believes his own shit because it's true for him, because he's meeting club women. But if he would just go to the street, and say hi, he will pick up, because he looks all right, right? He's not fat, bald, and ugly. Street pickup for a fat, bald, and ugly is a little challenging, but he looks all right. He'll do just fine. I was worried he would delete it. Connor runs game. Oh, see, I don't even know what that is, because I've never done game. I don't believe in game. Like I said, I was not a popular guy in Canada. I was not popular with the girls in Canada. Truth be told, I had a hard time getting a date. I was a good boy in the Pentecostal Assemblies of Canada Church, and I was looking for a good church girl, and I did most things appropriate until I went to Ukraine, and I was not popular. So yeah, I didn't know about game, but I just know that when I approach on the street, I don't have any game. If you want to say my game, it's just being me. It's just being authentic. That's my game, if you call that game. And I just compliment right off the bat. Compliment. Speak English. Don't try to speak pig Russian. Terrible Russian, because my Russian is shit. And compliment. Little bit of chit chat about something. I don't even have a plan. I just approach. I never have a plan what I'm going to say. I just approach. And I hit them up with a genuine compliment. It's genuine, and it's something different each time. I don't have a plan, like I say. And then I get the number. And here's the thing. I don't ask. I go like this. Give me your phone number. I want to take you on a date. I want to take you for a romantic dinner. That's what I used to say. Give me your phone number. I want to take you for a romantic dinner. And like I say, 7 out of 10 times I got their phone number. And it was the real number, because that's the thing. Then, because Slavs, they don't like to upset, they don't like to embarrass people or have an awkward situation. So they just take the easy way out. They give you their phone number. So a lot of times it'll be the real number too, but they won't respond. But no, these women responded. So that's why I say, I know what I'm talking about, because I did it. Everything I'm talking about, I didn't read in a book or Google it. I did it. So that's why I'm so confident about everything I do. I'm confident about it. If I'm not confident about it, I don't spout off at the mouth something shit that I don't know or I'm not confident about. I think that makes a fool of people. And I really don't like to be thought of as a fool or look as a fool, right? Yeah, well, I think people, it's pretty hard to hide on video, right? You get a video shooting you and streaming every day. the month of December on this December live stream marathon. I mean, people see what's authentic and what's not. I mean, it's not rocket science. Just, if you watch videos enough of a person, you can't hide from video. Oh, I know who you are. I met you in Kiev. You're a pickup artist. I met you in Kiev. And I told you this, right? That I don't believe in you're a young guy. Young Canadian guy. Uh in fact, you're the guy I lent 200 hryvnia to. I think. Are you that guy? Okay, I don't know. Now you probably won't admit it because you never paid me back. Just saying. Okay. Uh okay, okay. Okay, okay. So, since you guys are talking about this, I will just play this because this is coming up and you guys don't want I'm doing a reaction video to Connor. Mm, right. Um oh my goodness. I have too many. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. Here it is. So I'm doing a reaction video to this coming up, so stay tuned.
I'm going to react to Joe from Match Guarantee. And, he's kind of become synonymous with the Ukrainian bride business because so many other people keep leaving. That's almost becoming a self-fulfilling prophecy that he may end up being the entire Ukrainian bride business at the end.
I like his prediction there. I won't argue with him there. If we become the entire Ukraine bride business, of course, I'll be happy because I know we really help guys, and that's what I want. That's why I got into this industry, right? To make a difference. But has it been a hard job? It was not what I thought I signed up for. I thought I was going to kick ass and take names. But that hasn't exactly been the case because you're going up against mafia and billions of dollars of marketing brainwashing on the PPL industry. So not an easy task. So he continues, and this is what I'm going to react again. This is going to be Monday next week.
So in terms of traditionality, I would put Ukrainians, if Americans are 1 to 2, 3 to 4 maybe, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, this kind of range.
Yeah, that's just the little snippet that I'm going to react to. And I think Olga will join me on that because, you've got Western men, you need Ukrainian woman's perspective, Well, yeah, and on the next one, I'm going to ask him again. And we were in a men's chat group that had about 80 members, and in there, I challenged him to a live stream, not pre-recorded, live. And he's an attorney. He debated in court. He went to court. A court attorney, they are professional debaters. I'm not professional speaker, right? If I don't know shit, I'm not going to try to fake it. Right? Because like I said, I would just end up making an idiot of myself, and I'm not interested in making an idiot of myself. But if I know shit, I say it. And if I'm saying something, there's a very good chance that I'm absolutely right. Yeah, nobody's right all the time, but he always just ducks my challenge to have a live debate. And I think it would be very interesting because we came from different paradigms completely. He does pick up of models in clubs in Ukraine. And by the way, my mother-in-law is here now, right? So we're going to have her on and we're going to ask her how is life in Ukraine right now? How is Kiev? How many men and women in Ukraine? We're going to ask her, what do you see on the streets of Kiev? Do you see it different? Like Connor says, the imbalance has changed. Now there's more men than women. Well, we're going to ask her. We're going to ask people that have been there recently and who live there, who speak the language. I mean, he sort of speaks, but okay, he's not fluent. And if he thinks he is, please talk to my wife, and my wife will be the judge, okay? Because I think anyway. So yeah. Okay. Um, yeah. So I think that's it, guys. It's been swell. I have enjoyed embarking my shit test wisdom upon you because, like I say, my wisdom comes from boots on the ground doing this shit. Oh, and that's what I can say about Connor Klein. I've picked up models from the street, models like nines and tens. Oh, I was gonna tell you in the live stream. I was gonna tell you in the live stream. Um, I'm gonna get some flack for telling you guys this. I think I told my wife this story, but I'm not 100% sure. Um, so I was 53, I believe I was 53 years of age, maybe 53 and a half. I was living on Passage, which is in the Maidan area of the capital, Kiev. And I was with a mate, Ukrainian, and we hung out once in a while. And he loved doing street pickup. And he would go out with another friend of mine, and they would do street pickup with intent, right? Like they would go out for street pickup. I never did that. I then I feel fake, I feel like, I don't know, you're out hunting. I went with them a couple of times when they were on the prowl, but I don't think I ever approached, when we were out on the prowl, as a couple of some mates, two or three guys. I would just approach when I'm out. Usually when I'm walking from home to the Match Guarantee office, which is above McDonald's at Maidan. And so it's just natural, and it's just very natural. You're walking, beautiful girl. She's your type, right? That's the most important for us guys, right? Is we get right. We can see everything, right? That's our type. We've got the Woody factor approach, right? Oh, I'll share this with you. It's so funny. I texted Jana this morning. I said, how much? So she had 3 successful Zoom first dates yesterday, right? So she texted me this morning. Oh, three successful ones. So the guy wants to continue relationship with the girl on the first date, right? It's part of the test drive, right? You get to have a Zoom first date with one, or if you don't like the first girl, we'll give you a second one, right? All for $500, right? And she said, yeah, 3 successful ones yesterday. And that's great, right? That's a great 100%. Our normal average is 1 out of 2. So 50% of our Zoom first dates end in a relationship. The guy wants to continue the relationship with the girl. Anyway, I always ask Janet, ask the guy, what is his level of interest to date her in the future? This is the question. I say, ask it exactly like that, and tell him on a number from 1 to 10, what's his level of interest to date her. And I asked the guy. She said it's an 8, and I said an 8 is a guy will continue on with an 8, right? He will continue. He'll date her. I'm pretty sure of it, right? On occasion, I'm wrong. And he texted me back asking the same question. He says, yeah, she's okay, but I would give her a 6. Well, I'm again pretty sure at a 6, he's not going to want to date her. He's going to want to try to meet somebody better, because a 6 is kind of like level 6 interest is, what you can find in America, right? Maybe not even that easy. I don't know these days, but he can find that. I mean, you're not coming to us to get what you can get back home, right? You're coming to us to get higher level of beauty, age gap, so younger, but most importantly, traditionality. So I should have mentioned that first. But yeah, actually, traditional is the number one reason that guys say they're coming to us. They're looking for a traditional values woman. Number 1 is traditionality. Number 2 is well, it's a draw between 2 and 3. Is beauty and body type, i.e., vis-a-vis slim, right? Sexy. And that's why you're coming to us, and to do it efficiently, time efficiently, without having to go through a bunch of relationships, right? So anyway, I digress. Where was I going with this? Oh yeah, I said to Jana, I said, Jana, you really don't understand, man, but don't feel bad. Most women don't. She texted me back, I know. And why am I saying that? Because she thought it was an 8, when in reality it's a 6. She thought he's going to want to continue dating her, but in reality, he's not going to. He hasn't told me that exactly, but watch, I'm right. He won't want to continue. He'll want to try another girl that he has an 8 or above level with, interest in. Because what women don't get, that if we're really not turned on to a pretty high degree by her, we're just not interested in pursuing, and if we do, this is the thing, and if we pursue a 6, it's going to fade. We're going to lose interest. Usually we're going to lose interest, and that's what they don't really understand. I call it the Woody factor. If it's not there, it's not there. Okay, I digress. Okay, so I'm going to tell you this somewhat embarrassing story. I'm a little embarrassed by it because, well, you guys tell me if you would be embarrassed by this. So, okay, we're sitting having a pint on the sidewalk. It's like July. It's hot. It's mid-afternoon, and my Ukrainian mate and I are sitting there, and this girl in red, and she's wearing, it looks like a evening nightie. It's silk. I don't know if she was wearing a bra or not, but I don't think so. I mean, I can't remember now. I don't think so. And she was smoking hot, smoking. Okay, she's dragging a suitcase behind her. Well, I'll be honest, that was too much for me to approach. That was beyond my comfort level to approach. Too young and too hot. I was just like, no, that's just, forget about it. Like, well, as soon as he heard I can't do it, right? He mans up and he goes, I'm doing it. Because we kind of had this, competition thing going. So he goes, he approaches her, and next thing I know, she's wheeling her suitcase back, and she sits down with us. She sits down, and him and I, end up battling over her. It's like, it was so funny, and it kind of step it up. I don't know if she understood it or not, but in hindsight, it was pretty funny. And then anyway, so he's 12 years younger than me or something like that. He's pretty buff. He works out all the time. Ukrainian, she's Ukrainian, so he's got language on me, everything. Anyway, she ends up going for a walk with me. Not with him, right? He invited her to do something, and I can't remember what it was, but I just remember, she didn't go with him. She went with me, and she had 3 or 4 hours before her train, and she was going to Dnipro. And so we went for a walk, went for a walk. I did not know her age. She did not know my age, right? Wait, it gets better. And then, we had quite a bit of communication. Her English was good. It was good. So we were able to really understand each other, converse. And she really seemed like she was a serious lady looking for serious relationship and marriage, right? I remember talking about this. And I thought she was older than she was. But just a, good salt of the earth Ukrainian girl, right? Didn't ask me for anything, or like, I wasn't sensing anything. I was sensing somebody that's pretty, could say the word pure, but yeah, like innocent. Like, I mean, no hidden, I wasn't sensing any hidden agenda or anything like that. So we end up at the Kiev train station, and there's a sit-down Ukrainian restaurant across from the main entrance to the train station. So we got some time to kill, maybe an hour. So we go in there and order a bite to eat. And I just remember, like, I was very confident. I was just being really cool. I went in for the kiss, and we end up full on French kissing, long French kisses in the restaurant, which is like, oh my God, right? And she was that into me, and she said, you got to come to Dnipro, you got to come soon. Like, come to Dnipro. And she was just getting back from another country. She was abroad, I think in the UK maybe or something. Um, and then we discovered each other's age. I don't remember who asked first. I think she asked for me first because I don't think I would have asked. So this is literally the only time I lied about my age dating. I could see she was young. I didn't know that young, but so I said I was 40. I must have been 52 because I said I was 42. As I recall, anyway, I said I took 10 years off, right? I said 42. And she looks at me and she goes, oh. And I go, how old are you? She goes, 18. Okay. Why am I telling you this story? So I do feel a little bit like a dirty old man on that one, to be very honest with you, because I would not date somebody. I never went to Dnipro. We exchanged numbers. She kept inviting me. I thought about it hard. I was single, right? But I just went, again, my goal is not catch and release, right? I'm not there to play around. I want a family, right? So if one is not um really focused on their goal, not going in the direction of their goal. Like they say their goal is this and they go this way. I see guys doing that. They come to match guarantee and then they have prostitutes. Yeah, they tell me, or I find out, you know, don't do that. You say you're doing this and you're going down that road. Guy a man can't do that. He's having sex with young prostitutes and looking at ladies that are not as hot, not as young. It guy can't do that. You're so I never went to see her. That was it. That was the end of that story. But it's one of the craziest dating stories I have in Ukraine, and definitely the craziest pickup story I have in Ukraine. So I don't know. Take from this real life story of mine what you will. There's some lessons in that there. Uh no, not married. Yeah. Yeah, I just explained the answer. What would be the harm? The harm is I'm wasting my time, and I'm not getting any younger, right? Uh, my girlfriend asked me to hang on to her purse. Well, I hope you passed that. I don't think it's a shit test, but mm, let's put it this. I mean, I don't know. It depends on the situation, but it's not masculine. Let's just put it that way. Ukrainian women generally don't like anything that's not masculine from a man. The feud. Oh, it's good for my business. Yeah, I know that, of course, right? Uh, but I genuinely want to understand because I do believe he believes what he's saying. I do believe, he's being honest with himself. He just doesn't know. And he's so funny thing. He says the same thing about me. He says, I think Joe just doesn't know he's been out of Ukraine for 2 years. I don't live in Ukraine, but I run a business based in Ukraine. I have family members in Ukraine. I have friends in Ukraine. I have more connections to Ukraine, I promise you, than you do. So, okay, just saying. All right. Okay. So, looks like, let's see. Have you ever screwed up by saying younger, then finding out she likes guys at least 50? No, like I say, this is the only one time I ever lied about my age because again, my goal is long-term relationship marriage, right? So you don't start something that you want in marriage with a lie. If you lie about your age, that's a catch and release right there by default, right? You can't start something good with a lie, right? I think you guys would agree with me. Uh like I said, my perception was that she was very serious, But again, I only spent a few hours, 3 hours walking around with her. So um, who knows? Can't answer that question with much confidence, right? Because just don't know, really. Um, yeah, thanks. I mean, that's what it's all about, right? There's enough horseshit in this industry, so um, I tell you always the good, bad, and the ugly. Speaking of which, I do kind of want to share with you something else coming up that you really don't want to miss because it's never been done before. What is this? The best online dating site challenge. I'm going to change the name to International Matchmaking Database Challenge. International Matchmaking Database Challenge. What is that? Well, it's the way I'm going to teach you guys. If not Match Guarantee, who else can you trust to date their ladies? Okay. So I'm going to teach you how to shit test agencies. Okay. I should maybe call it agency shit test because that's what I did when I went around Ukraine dating. I shit tested the agencies. I met with the owner. I always asked to meet with the owner, and I didn't always, but often I did. And if I was dating more than one lady, I would come back and I would meet the owner because I shit tested the owner. And they failed every time. Fail, fail, fail. And I've told you guys what my shit test is. And I tell it in an upcoming, in this video, this is going to be very comprehensive, okay? Because I'm going to pull back the curtain and tell you absolutely how you can tell if you can trust an agency to date from their database. If they really have a quality database of marriage-minded ladies, high-quality ladies. Everything you need to do. And what I'm doing, and why I'm calling it a challenge, I'm offering, as you see in the top, I'm offering a $25,000 prize. If we are not the best database of high-quality Ukrainian women in the biz, okay, as voted by you guys, right? We're going to go head-to-head with everybody. Start thinking now. You're going to nominate a site. You're going to write in the chat below this video, Joe, I nominate XYZ Ukrainian Marriage Agency to compete in the challenge. Because if they compete, they go head to head with us. And if they win, I pay them the $25,000, right? And you guys decide who wins. So what this is going to do, it's just going to show you a lot. It's going to show you a lot in many respects. I'm going to go over the 5 parameters of quality control in a Ukrainian marriage agency business that you absolutely must do to have a quality database of ladies. You can't miss any of them. Each one of these that is missing, the quality gets less and less and less until you have no quality. And I'm going to prove everything to you. No blah, blah, blah. Everything is going to be substantiated. Again, it's the engineer in me. I will substantiate it either quantitatively or qualitatively. I will substantiate everything that I'm showing you. I will show you guys shit that will shock you, that you've never seen before, and that will shock you. And at the end of the day, you're going to be equipped with the tools in your tool pouch to evaluate where can I date high quality Ukrainian women. And here's the thing. You have to be able to discern, okay, as well for yourself. Are they really a high quality Ukrainian woman, right? And that's what shit testing does. So these 2 live streams actually fit together very well. All right, guys. So again, I remind you, tomorrow Anna is going to come live with you and share with you how Ukrainian women shit test you. How Anna shit tested me when she was dating me. We'll see if she will tell you. Just ask her. I'll remind her to think about it. It was a low ball when it said you'll be in Russia next because yeah. Oh, we will definitely not be in Russia. We would be out of business before I'd be in the Russian bride business, with this dispute. It's unfortunately separated Russians and Ukrainians. I think forever, you know. It's one of the consequences of the war, right? And it's sad because it's not the people. It's one man, right? It's not the people. Russian people are not in favor of what he's doing. Thank you, Tesh. Thank you. Appreciate that. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. You're too kind. Okay. All right. Hey, Jason. Kelly, I would ask for younger girls if they are really interested. Shit test for younger girls. Yeah, Instagram, Facebook. Absolutely. The younger they are, the higher the propensity that they're an Instagram girl, right? Yeah. So that's it, guys. This has been fun. I really have enjoyed this. And Anna will see you live here on the channel tomorrow, same time, which is noon Eastern time, right? Noon Eastern time. And we're streaming for you every day in December, noon Eastern time, except for the Lord's Day. We'll see you guys next time. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.